Now, today's top stories and Power of 5 weather from News 5. Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.
Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio, on this 12th day of June. You know, as we gathered here a year ago this weekend, we did so on the eve of the filing deadline in the race for Cleveland mayor. You remember, we had 7 candidates vying for the post, including newcomer Justin Bibb. I bring it up because as he filed his nominating petitions a year ago this week, he did so with this thought on his mind about the major problem facing the city: public safety.
I want to walk the streets. I want to work with community-based organizations, and I want to truly do the hard work of rethinking what policing should look like to make sure we're truly solving the root causes of violent crime all across our city.
Well, a year almost to the day later, Bibb is the man in charge, and as the nation debates the question of gun laws and gun safety, he is realizing home rule only gets you so far when you're the mayor of a blue city in a red state.
I feel paralyzed and handcuffed by the lack of real, comprehensive gun legislation in Congress, and the fact that we have a state that doesn't give me as mayor the tools I need to combat the illegal trafficking of guns that plague our city day in and day out.
The mayor also expressing his concern about the laws that are getting passed, like SB 215, the new law that allows adults to carry and conceal guns without a license, background check, or training that goes into effect tomorrow. He's also fighting against HB 99, the Ohio law that would allow teachers to carry guns inside schools. He says no weapons will be allowed inside CMSD, and he called on other school districts to adopt the same policy.
I'm urging every school district in this city, every school in this city, and every district in this region not to allow weapons in our schools, because arming our teachers with guns is not the solution.
The mayor's comments coming at an emotional news conference this week called to address the wave of gun violence hitting the city this year. News 5's Tara Morgan has more.
The shootings and killings in Cleveland taking a toll at the top.
I'm going on about my business, working out. Here's a 10-year-old that's dead. His family life has changed forever.
Interim Police Chief Wayne Drummond in tears, talking about a 10-year-old boy shot in his own bed Monday when a bullet went through the ceiling. Chief Drummond speaking as a father, grandfather, and police officer.
Life has to go on, and we all know that. So as a police officer for 33 years, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do? What can we do collectively to prevent those things from happening?
City leaders calling this year alone a significant stress on first responders. Chief Drummond pointing out the same 2 officers who worked on the 10-year-old shooting case also handled the deadly shooting of a 14-year-old just 2 weeks earlier when a home was shot up in Glenville.
While our officers, they do wear badges, they're mothers too, their fathers, their uncles, their aunts, and when they're on scene of these tragic events, it affects them.
Nearly 500 people have been shot this year. 61 people have been killed. Victims' ages range from just 3 years old to 101.
I don't get much sleep, let's just put it that way, because my phone is constantly going off.
Last month, News 5 investigators highlighted the problem with the number of guns reported stolen in the city skyrocketing over the last 5 years. Chief Drummond says they've seized just over 1,000 guns and expects they'll probably quadruple that number by year's end.
These are not legal guns that we're talking about, folks. These are illegal guns that we're taking off the street pretty much daily.
While city leaders say they're making progress, they need help from the community.
As a parent, as a police officer, and primarily as a police officer, for prevention, there's very little I can do. There's very little my 1,300, 1,400 officers can do. That's individuals that have to take ownership and responsibility.
Meanwhile, in Washington, the House this week passed legislation that would raise the minimum age to purchase a semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21 and ban large capacity magazines, among other provisions. Senator Sherrod Brown knows it will go nowhere in the 50-50 Senate, where 60 votes are needed for passage.
Almost anybody I know in Ohio thinks that it's wrong that an 18-year-old on his birthday, 3 years away from drinking legally, can go to a gun store, buy a gun, no background checks, no red flag laws, no waiting period, and can buy a weapon like an AR-15 and shoot up a whole schoolyard or shoot up a whole grocery store or shoot up kill a number of people in one place in a few seconds or minutes we all know that's wrong, and the Senate needs to break its addiction to the gun lobby. And clearly the gun lobby has given a whole lot of money to a lot of my colleagues, and my colleagues do their bidding. They know that's wrong. We know that's wrong. We need to take some real steps here.
Still, at least one witness called by House Republicans this week, the mother of a victim of gun violence, believes these measures will go nowhere to address the root problems.
Nothing in these bills do anything to make us safer or address the mental health crisis in this country.
And we hope to learn soon, possibly this week, what's in that bipartisan package of gun reforms being worked on in the Senate. With Democracy 2022, I'm John Kasich. Enjoy your Sunday.
This afternoon, spotty showers and storms are going to be possible, and on our southern communities, some of them could be on the strong to severe side. These will be hit or miss, so not everybody sees them. Now, most of tomorrow looks dry, but there's another chance for severe weather, this time Monday night and into Tuesday, and mainly in our western communities. We are going to be heating up significantly by the middle of the week.
Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.